Leo, I think we took a wrong turn at the fountain.
Don't worry, Maria. This is the perfect time to teach our friends how to ask for help without feeling embarrassed.
You're right. Most students just say, "Where is the station?" But to sound more natural, we use indirect questions.
Like, could you tell me where the station is? Or, do you know if there's a pharmacy nearby?
Exactly. It's much more polite. And if you are completely confused, just say, "I'm a bit turned around." It's a native way to say you're lost.
Yes.
Leo, stop. My brain is spinning as fast as this map. I think the city moved, or I'm holding this upside down. We are officially lost.
Don't panic, Maria. In English, we have a much more stylish way to say that. Instead of saying, I am lost, which sounds like you're in a horror movie, try saying, I'm a bit turned around.
Turned around like a dancer?
Exactly. It's a softer way to say you've lost your sense of direction. It sounds less like a tragedy and more like a small puzzle.
Okay, I like that. Excuse me, I'm a bit turned around. It feels more confident, but now I need to find the station. I'll just go ask that person. Where is the station?
Ooh, ouch. A bit blunt, Maria. If you walk up to a stranger and just ask, where is the station, it can sound a little like an order. To sound like a polite traveler, you need a polite opener.
Like a hello?
Even better, use an indirect question. Start with, could you tell me, or do you happen to know?
Let me try again. Excuse me, I'm a bit turned around. Could you tell me where the train station is?
Perfect. And here's a pro tip. Look for a landmark.
A landmark? Like a giant mark on the land?
Sort of. A landmark is a big, easy-to-see building or statue. A clock tower, a fountain, or a big yellow church. It's much easier to find a landmark than a tiny street name. Ask, do you know if there's a landmark near the station?
I'm a bit turned around. I need a landmark. And could you tell me where to go? Leo, I feel like a professional explorer already.
Okay, Maria, since we're still looking for that fountain, let me give you my survival kit for getting lost. These are the phrases that save you when your GPS dies.
I'm ready. What's the first one?
First, the ego saver. I'm a bit turned around. Don't say, I am lost, like you're a child in the woods. Turned around sounds like you just made a small, sophisticated mistake. It keeps you looking cool while you're actually 10 miles from your hotel.
Turned around. Okay. And the polite stuff?
Those are your polite masks. You never want to walk up and just say, where is? Always start with, could you tell me? Or if you want to be extra smooth, do you happen to know? It gives the other person a chance to say, I don't know, without feeling bad, which actually makes them want to help you more.
I like that. It's like a secret code for kindness. What about the big buildings?
The landmarks. If a street name is Schwarzenbergstrasse, you're going to forget it in 2 seconds. But you won't forget a giant blue clock tower or a statue of a golden horse. Always ask for a landmark near your destination. It's the visual anchor for your brain.
And the last one? My feet are starting to hurt.
The lazy check. Is it within walking distance? This is the most important travel question ever. Before you start walking, ask this. If they say yes, it's 5 minutes. If they look at your shoes and shake their head, it's time to find a taxi.
Turned around, polite masks, landmarks, and the lazy check. Leo, you're not just a teacher, you're a travel genius.
I try, Maria. Now, let's see if that landmark is actually within walking distance. I'll be the local person. Ask me for directions to the Golden Cafe.
Excuse me, do you know the best way to get to the Golden Cafe?
Sure. Go straight ahead for 2 blocks, then hang a left at the post office.
Hang a left? That sounds cool. It just means turn left, right?
Yes, and if I say it's just around the corner, it means it's very close. If it's on the other side of the street, I'd say it's across from the park.
Okay, Leo, I asked the question perfectly, but then the local person started waving their arms and saying things like hang a left and second right. My brain just froze.
That's because directions are a physical language, Maria. You have to see them to hear them. Let's do a body language drill.
I'm ready. Lead the way, Captain.
First, the most common one, straight ahead. Don't just say, go front. Say, go straight ahead. It means don't turn, don't stop, just keep walking until the world tells you otherwise.
Straight ahead. Got it. What about the hang thing? Are we monkeys?
No, hang a left or hang a right is just a casual way to say turn. It's like your path is hanging on to the new street. It's very common in North America. If you want to sound like a local, don't just turn, hang a left.
Hang a left at the coffee shop. That feels much more natural. But what if there are many streets?
Ah, the number trap. People will say, take the second right. This is where students make mistakes. They turn at the first street they see. Remember, second right means skip the first one, then turn.
Skip one, turn two. Easy. Now, what if the place is really close?
Then it's just around the corner. If I say it's just around the corner, it means you can't see it yet, but as soon as you turn, it's right there.
And if I can see it, but it's on the other side of the road?
Then it is across from or opposite. You don't say it's in the front of the park. You say the bakery is across from the park. It means you have to cross the street to get there.
Straight ahead, hang a left, skip the first, take the second, around the corner and across the street. Leo, I'm not lost anymore. I'm the navigator.
Good, because the cafe is just around the corner, and I'm starving.
Now imagine we finally arrive at our hotel.
The first thing I say is, I have a reservation under the name Leo.
Good, but what if the room isn't ready? You can ask, is there a place where I can drop off my bags?
And at the end of the trip, don't forget the difference between check-in and check-out. Also, always ask, is breakfast included? That's the most important question.
Okay, Leo, we navigated the city, found the landmark, and now we're finally at the hotel. I'm tired, I'm carrying 3 bags, and I just want my room key. What's the first thing I say?
Don't just say, I am Maria, give me a room. That's too direct. Use the magic phrase, I have a reservation under the name. Using under the name is the professional standard. It tells the clerk exactly where to look in their system.
I have a reservation under the name Maria. Easy. But what if I get there at 10 a.m. and the room isn't ready until 3 p.m.?
This is where most travelers get stuck. You don't have to carry your bags all day. Ask, is there a place where I can drop off my luggage? Or you can ask, could you store my bags until the room is ready? Store and drop off are the key verbs here. It's a free service in almost every hotel, but you have to know how to ask.
That is a lifesaver. Now, let's talk about the freebies. I always get confused about what I have to pay for.
You need the inclusion question. Ask, is breakfast included? You can use this for anything. Is Wi-Fi included? Or are there any additional fees? It's much better to ask during check-in than to see a surprise $50 charge on your bill when you leave.
Good point. Now, what about the end of the trip? I'm not a morning person. Can I stay in the room longer?
Yes, but you need to ask for a late checkout. Most hotels have a standard checkout time of 11 a.m. If you want to stay until 1 p.m., ask, would it be possible to have a late checkout? If they aren't busy, they'll usually give it to you for free.
And if I need to leave really early before the staff is even awake?
That's an early departure. You just ask, how do I check out for an early departure? Usually you just drop the key in a box.
Okay, Leo, let's get into the hotel survival guide. I've got my notebook ready. Give us the first essential phrase for when we actually reach the front desk.
The first one is your identity phrase. When you walk up, don't just say your name. Say, I have a reservation under the name. Using under the name tells the staff exactly where to look in their system. It's the pro way to start the conversation.
I like that. It sounds like I do this every day. Now, what if I'm too early? I can't go to the room, but I don't want to walk around the city with my giant suitcase.
That's the drop-off. Just ask, is there a place where I can drop off my luggage? Or you can ask, could you store my bags until the room is ready? Store and drop off are the key verbs here. It's a free service in almost every hotel, but you have to know how to ask.
That is a lifesaver. Now, let's talk about the freebies. I always get confused about what I have to pay for.
You need the inclusion question. Ask, is breakfast included? You can use this for anything. Is Wi-Fi included? Or are there any additional fees? It's much better to ask during check-in than to see a surprise $50 charge on your bill when you leave.
Good point. Now, what about the end of the trip? I'm not a morning person. Can I stay in the room longer?
Yes, but you need to ask for a late checkout. Most hotels have a standard checkout time of 11 a.m. If you want to stay until 1 p.m., ask, would it be possible to have a late checkout? If they aren't busy, they'll usually give it to you for free.
And if I need to leave really early before the staff is even awake?
That's an early departure. You just ask, how do I check out for an early departure? Usually you just drop the key in a box.
Okay, under the name, drop off, included, late checkout, and early departure. I think I'm ready to travel the world.
Have you ever had a surprise charge on your hotel bill? Let us know in the comments.
Oh no, Leo, we're late. We might miss the train.
If we miss it, we have to find the next departure.
And if the train is late, we say it is delayed. If it's not coming at all, it's canceled. Okay, Leo, we've checked out of the hotel, we have our bags, and we're at the station. But I'm looking at the big screen and everything is flashing red. This is where the oops happens, right?
Exactly. This is the stress test. The first thing you need to do is look at the status of your trip. You'll see two main words, delayed and canceled. If your train is delayed, it means it's coming, but it's late. You might see delayed 20 minutes, but if it says canceled, it's not coming at all. That's when you need to find the customer service desk immediately.
What if the screen says the train already left? I didn't lose the train, right?
No, you didn't lose it. In English, we say you missed your train. You lose your keys or your wallet, but you miss a bus, train, or flight. If you tell an officer, I lost my train, they might think you own a giant locomotive and can't find where you parked it.
Missed the train, not lost. Got it. Now, if it's my fault, like I stayed too long at the bakery, how do I explain that politely?
Use the phrase, I lost track of time. It's a very natural way to say you forgot to look at the clock. If you say, I'm sorry, I lost track of time, it sounds much more honest and human than I am late.
And what about the big board? There are so many numbers.
Focus on two words, departures and arrivals. Departures are the planes or trains leaving. That's what you look at when you're going away. Arrivals are the ones coming in. If you're waiting for a friend to land, look at the arrivals board.
And if I have to get on a different train because of the cancellation?
That's a connection or a transfer. You can ask, is there a connection I can take? Or where do I transfer to the blue line? It shows the staff you are ready to find a solution.
Okay, Leo, we are at the front door. My stomach is growling, and I see a perfect empty booth in the corner. Can I just walk over there and sit down?
Stop right there, Maria. That is the #1 mistake travelers make. In most English-speaking restaurants, you have to look for the host stand.
The host stand? Is that like a security desk for food?
Sort of. It's that little podium at the front. If you see a sign that says, please wait to be seated, you must stay there. If you just grab a table, the servers might actually get confused or even a little annoyed because you've messed up their rotation.
Rotation? Sounds like a dance move.
It's how they decide which waiter gets which table. But if the sign says self-seating, then yes, it's a free-for-all. Grab that booth.
Okay, let's assume there's a host. I walk up and say, I want food for 2 people?
A bit blunt. Try, hi, do you have a table for 2? Or a table for 2, please.
That's easy. But what if the place is packed, like there are people standing everywhere?
Then you need to check for reservations. If you didn't call ahead, you are a walk-in. You can ask the host, do you take walk-ins? Or do you have any space for walk-ins? It's a very natural way to ask if they have room for someone without a booking.
And if they say no, we're fully booked, am I out of luck?
Not necessarily. Ask, how long is the wait? They might say, it's about a 20-minute wait. Then you can put your name on the wait list. They might even ask for your number to page or text you when the table is ready.
Waitlist and walk-in. Got it. What if I want to sit at the bar instead of a table?
Then you ask, is there any seating at the bar? Often, bar seating is first come, first served, meaning the first person to get to the chair gets it, no host required.
Okay, Leo, we are seated. I have the menu in front of me, but I feel like I need a dictionary. What is artisanal forest harvested fungi? Is that just mushrooms?
Exactly. Restaurants love to use fancy fillers. Words like artisanal, handcrafted, or locally sourced basically mean the food is high quality and probably more expensive. Don't let the adjectives scare you. If you see a word you don't know, just look for the main ingredient, usually the last word in the description.
That's a great tip. But what if the menu is just too long? I'm getting decision fatigue.
When in doubt, ask the expert. Catch your server's attention and ask, what do you recommend? Or, what is the house specialty? The house specialty is the dish the restaurant is famous for. It's almost always a safe bet. And if you're looking for a deal, ask, are there any specials today? These are dishes not on the regular menu, often made with fresh ingredients the chef found that morning.
Okay, house specialty sounds like a plan, but I have a problem. I'm a bit picky about my sides. I love the burger, but I really don't want the heavy fries.
This is a very common situation. You need the verb substitute. Ask, can I substitute the fries for a side salad? You can also say, can I swap the fries for a salad? Swap is a bit more casual, while substitute is the standard professional term. Most places are happy to do it, though they might say, there's a small upcharge, which just means it costs a little bit more.
Upcharge, got it. Now, what about something serious? My friend is coming to join us, and she is strictly vegan.
You'll see symbols on the menu for this. Look for a little V or a leaf icon. To be safe, she should ask, do you have any vegan options? Or, can this dish be made vegan? If you have an allergy, be very direct. I have a gluten or nut allergy. Does this contain ingredient? Servers take this very seriously, so don't be shy.
So, skip the fancy fillers, look for the house specialty, substitute my sides, and be direct about allergies. I think I'm ready to order. Okay, the food is here and it looks incredible. But Leo, I have a problem. They forgot my extra napkins and I really need some hot sauce for these eggs. Do I just wave my arms until someone sees me?
Please don't do that. In a podcast-style setting, we call this the art of the interruption. You want to catch the server's eye as they walk past. When they are close, just say, excuse me, sorry, and then follow up with a soft request. Never say, give me napkins. Instead use, could we get some extra napkins, please? Or, may I have some hot sauce?
Could we get sounds much nicer. It feels like a suggestion, not an order. What if my water glass is totally empty?
That's a refill. You can ask, could I get a refill on my water? Or, could we get another round of drinks? A round means the same drink for everyone at the table. It's a very common phrase in pubs and casual restaurants.
Another round. I'll remember that for later. Now, what if the server comes to the table and asks, how is everything tasting? I usually just say, good, and keep eating.
That's fine, but you can be more specific. If you're happy, say, everything is delicious, thank you. If you're still waiting on something, this is the perfect time to bring it up. Say, everything is great, but we're still waiting on that side of bread.
Still waiting on. That's a great way to remind them without sounding angry. Now, what if I can't finish this giant burger? It's too big.
You need a to-go box. In the US, we often say, can I get a box for this? In other places, you might ask for a doggy bag, though that's becoming a bit old-fashioned. A more modern way is to ask, could I get this to go? Or, could you wrap this up for me?
Wrap this up. Perfect. I'm definitely going to need that box. Leo, I am officially stuffed. I have my to-go box and I'm ready to head home. But I don't see the server anywhere. Do I just stand up and walk to the front?
In most sit-down restaurants, that's a no-go. You usually wait at the table. To get their attention, give a small wave or a nod when they walk past and say, "Could we get the check, please?" In the US, we say the check. In the UK, Australia, or Canada, they usually say the bill. Both work perfectly, but check is very common in North America.
Could we get the check, please? Got it. But wait, I'm eating with a friend and I only had a salad while they had a giant steak and 3 sodas. I don't want to pay for their steak.
You need to split the bill. When the server brings the check, or even before they print it, ask, "Can we split this?" or "Can we do separate checks?" Most modern restaurants can split the bill by items, so you only pay for your salad. It saves a lot of math and prevents friendship friction.
Separate checks. That is a lifesaver for my wallet. Now let's talk about the big one, tipping. I never know how much to leave.
This is the tricky part. In the US, a tip, also called gratuity, is expected, usually 18 to 20%. But before you add extra money, check the bill for a service charge. If it says service included or gratuity added, you don't necessarily need to tip more. If not, you add it at the end. In the UK or Europe, it's often a smaller amount, like 10%, or just rounding up the change.
What if the service was terrible, like they dropped my burger on the floor?
If the service was bad, you can leave a smaller tip, but it's better to speak to a manager. You can say, "Excuse me, could I speak with a manager? We had a small issue with our meal." It's more effective than just being a bad tipper.
Okay, I've got my card ready. Do I go to the machine or do they take my card away?
It depends. In Europe and Canada, they usually bring a mobile terminal to your table. In the US, they often take your card to the back and bring back a receipt for you to sign. When you sign, you'll see a line that says tip and a line that says total. Write the tip amount, do the math for the total, and you're all set.
Check, split, tip, total. Leo, I think I'm officially ready for a 5-star dinner. Whew. Leo, we have traveled from the train station, found our hotel, and finished a 3-course meal. I'm exhausted, but my English vocabulary is stronger than ever.
That's the power of real-life application, Maria. Before we sign off, let's do one final super recap of the words that will save our viewers' next trip.
Let's start with part 1, the journey. If you're lost, don't panic. Just say you're a bit turned around. When you're looking for your destination, look for a landmark. And remember, you miss a train, you don't lose it.
And don't forget the hotel hacks. Always check in under the name. If you're early, ask to drop off your bags. And if you want to sleep in, request a late checkout.
Now part 2, the dining room. At the door, check if it's self-seating or if you're a walk-in. On the menu, don't be afraid to substitute your sides. And if you need more water, just ask for a refill.
And the most important part, the money. Ask for the check or the bill. If you're with friends, ask for separate checks to split the bill. Finally, always check if the service charge is already included before you leave a tip.
We've put all of these phrases into a travel and dining cheat sheet PDF. You can download it in the link below and keep it on your phone for your next adventure.
If you enjoyed this 2-part series, let us know in the comments.
Thank you for learning with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a lesson with Leo and me.
Safe travels, and as always,